time to act is now. We must fix our budget.
Governor Mary Fallin right there getting real about the budget problems in our state. Nearly $900 million in the hole. And this morning here with us to talk about this right now is the governor herself. Thanks for being here with us.
Well, thank you, Steve.
Okay, so at this point you've called this an emergency, a crisis. How bad is this compared to other years? Put it in perspective for us.
Well, we're going on our second year that we've had a budget shortfall. Last year we had a $1.3 billion shortfall. Energy prices have come up a hair, but not much. They're still around $47 a barrel of oil. And then the other major problem that we have besides the energy sector that's causing us to have revenue shortfalls is the online shopping that all of us do. And so we lose that sales tax that comes in to fund our different services in our state. Even the cities are suffering right now. You see Oklahoma City, Tulsa, other cities around our state where their sales tax have come in below revenue projections. So what I'm calling on the legislature to do is to act and fix the structure of the budget and to realize we can't keep playing these games and moving money from here to there and hoping that it changes, because it's not going to change.
Okay, so Governor, drill down on this. The two major problems right now are oil prices and the online shopping?
Online shopping and just the general structure of our budget, whether it is the tax exemptions, the tax incentives, the different things that we exempt from sales tax itself.
Because we didn't get $900 million in the hole from online shopping.
No, it's been going on for a long time. In fact, I've been saying for the last 3 years to the legislature and bringing charts from the floor showing our revenue streams and how it's changing, that we got to change things. It's like, you know, years ago when newspapers didn't have all the competition with selling ads, you know, now they have online ads, they have other ads, so they lost a lot of revenue. Your station probably has seen some changes in the marketplace. You have to adjust with the times.
So we've got to adjust the way we're bringing revenue.
And we haven't been doing that.
Okay.
Exactly.
So one of the key things we need to do then, I guess based on this, would be to look at the way we're dealing with online shopping in terms of taxing that.
Well, it's one of the issues I brought up. So back in February, I gave my State of the State speech. I said, look, we're going to have another budget shortfall, just like we had last year and we had in the early 2000s, 2010 starting. But I told him we got to fix these things or it's not going to stop. And so I gave him a whole smorgasbord of ideas. We could look at our cigarette tax, we could look at the gas tax, which were 48th and 49th in the nation, the lowest in our region, and gasoline tax. We could look at our sales tax exemptions. We exempt 150 items and services in our state from sales tax that we don't collect anything on at all. And Texas has 40 things they exempt. We exempt 150, so 110 more items than Texas does, because different special interest groups have come to the Capitol over the years and say, hey, give me an exemption for my thing.
Well, that was back in February. We're now here in May.
And nothing's happened.
12 days left. Nothing has happened.
That's right. That's my point.
At the point where if nothing gets done, we're talking about severe cuts, 18% cuts. I want to pull up the list of what this would do to some departments here. This would be if nothing is changing, we do 18% cuts here. Public safety saying jobs would be lost. Troopers would have mileage limits. Tourism, up to 16 state parks would close. Education, some schools would close. Teachers lose their jobs. Healthcare, rural hospitals could close. The list continues here as well in terms of our prisons, more overcrowding, corrections officers at risks. The Department of Human Services says it could be terrible to the unthinkable in terms of their cuts. And transportation says they would have to suspend some road and bridge construction. So this is the point we're at now. So let's talk about some of these solutions here real quick. We'll go down the line here, starting with the gasoline tax. This would be the price people pay at the pump. Right now the talk is about 6 cents. So this is something you think should be increased?
It is a way that we could help shore up our revenue figures in our state. It would cost people about $4 a month, because people typically drive about 13,000 miles a month, a year. So it would help shore up our amount. We're 40th and 49th in the nation, and gas and diesel tax are very low. There's room that we could adjust that. And you know, the basic question is, Steve, do we want to have 4-day school weeks for our kids? Do we want to have huge prison overcrowding and put our communities at risk because we can't take care of our violent offenders like we need to? Do we want to limit our highway patrol to driving 100 miles a day because we have to cut down on expenses, so we don't want to pay for gasoline for the highway patrol to be on the highways? Do we want to cut DHS services to where we have children that are abused, that aren't getting, caseworkers coming to their homes?
Well, with all these things, Governor, with this right here, the gasoline tax, also talking about the cigarette tax, maybe $1.50 a pack. Scott Inman, the head of the Democrats there in the legislature, says this disproportionately puts the burden of the deficit on the middle class and the lower class.
Well, and so does the income tax. And in fact, Representative Inman has also said he wants to increase our income tax
for those making $200,000 or $400,000.
Well, the income tax actually kicks in at $7,200 for a family. It kicks in at $12,000, a little over $12,000 for a family, and you know, when you look at whether it's income tax, the gas tax, whatever it might be, I mean, somebody's got to pay, somebody's got to sacrifice, and the question is, what kind of state do we want to be?
Right.
Do we
And
want to fund?
the Democrats are saying, is it the responsibility of the middle class and lower class to disproportionately take that share, that burden of the deficit?
Yeah. So, and on the gasoline tax, on the gross production tax, so I'll give you a couple examples. So Scott Inman says, let's increase our gross production
Gross
tax.
production, just to clarify for our viewers real quick, that's the tax that oil and gas
Oil and gas
producers
pays on a barrel,
Sure.
barrel of oil. So back in several years that we've had this issue come up, in 2007, 2010, he voted to take it to 1%. When I doubled it back in 2015 from 1% to 2%, he voted against it. Got up on the floor, gave this big debate about how we can't do that. So you can't have it both ways on what you want to do.
Well, we're here
and
now.
on income taxes,
So we're here now.
he's voted. Well, hold on.
Sure.
On income taxes, he's voted several times to cut our income taxes. So you know, we hear a lot of this talk about I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that unless you do this or do that. We got to put the games aside. We can't lock up on different issues. We need to deal with today.
All right, so let's
And
talk about
need
where
to
we
make
are
some
right
decisions.
now and with compromise. The Democrats are saying they would certainly compromise on the cigarette tax if there's movement.
If
there's movement on the gross production tax,
Right.
Specifically maybe up somewhere in the 5 to 7% range. Would you support increasing the gross production tax?
I have said that all things are on the table right now.
So that would include the gross production tax?
Absolutely. We need to look at all things that are on the table. But once again, he's voted 3 times against raising the gross production tax.
But
So
Governor, you say you don't want to play the games, but here you are now pointing fingers.
No. I'm just telling you factual information. You hear one thing, you want to do, you say you're for this, but then you vote against it. So, you know, don't say things to the public and then vote a different way. We see those types of games at the Capitol all the time. The big thing is Republicans and Democrats have to come together, work towards a solution, not play, I won't vote for this if you won't vote for that. Let's put everything on the table, which is what I just said,
Okay.
and let's vote on things. Let's decide, are we going to fund our schools? Are we going to fund our teachers? Are we going to put highway patrolmen on the highways? Are we going to take care of our prisons? Are we going to finish our construction projects that we have or not? And if we keep playing these Washington, D.C. political games at the Capitol, both parties, we're not going to get things done. So what I said yesterday is, look, we got 11 days left. We got to fix this problem. We have almost $1 billion shortfall. The time to make decisions is now. Let's get together. Let's compromise. Let's find a way forward. We're too good of a state to have 4-day school weeks, to have all these different issues that we find year after year with our budget unless we find some solutions.
We got to pause it right here, Governor. Governor's sticking around for another segment.